Math is a science, but it can be manipulated to give you incorrect information if you don't input the right numbers. Today's episode of What's Missing, how this CLICKBANK affiliate makes $91,307 per month, shows you a math problem, an equation that gives you the number $91,307.25 as the final solution. But if you are to dive deeper and try to figure out what's actually missing, if you open this up and you look at the numbers, when you watch this video, he's saying 675 sales times $135.25 equals $91,307.25. Where does the 675 comes from? It comes from the equation of the amount of traffic and the percentage of people that would convert to customers or paying customers, which is 675, and then how much they are paying. The product that is being mentioned is a CLICKBANK product because it's in reference to a CLICKBANK affiliate, and it's referencing this product right here called Alpaline, which right now currently is converting at $134.55 per average conversion. Again, we're looking at averages, another math problem or another math equation that you need to look at. You're looking at average, not actual sales that they're making, but average overall of all the affiliates that are promoting this offer, not just this one instance. You can also see that this number, $135.27, is what was then during the time of this video. Now that number has actually gone down by $1, but that's not important to this video. It's timestamped in the time that he made it. But think about this. Where do these numbers come from? So to get to this number, it starts with traffic. And of course, you know that I like to talk about traffic being the number one priority or the foundation of your business. So where does this traffic come from? In this video, he breaks down how this CLICKBANK affiliate makes $91,307 per month. And the traffic comes from Google, but comes from YouTube videos that rank on Google. And he opens up an incognito tab and he shows you Alpaline reviews, which means this keyword is someone that's looking for a review of the product Alpaline because they've heard of Alpaline and they are looking for a solid recommendation of whether or not they should buy this product. Again, he pulls up an incognito tab. So we'll follow along. We'll pull up our own incognito tab, and here I type in Alpaline reviews. Here you can see that it's a little different than what he's seeing, and this is part of the issue of the traffic and the percentages and the math formula or the calculation that he's doing to get to that ginormous number of $91,307 per month. The numbers just don't stack when you break it down to actual science before you plug them into the equation. That is a legit equation, but the numbers have to be correct for it to stack for you to actually run a profitable online business. So here we see that first off, we are going to be competing against the primary traffic source that is selling Alpaline, which is sponsored ads or ads, meaning people are sponsoring these links to show up first. So then I have to go through these sponsored reviews and then you actually get the video. Now, in his video, how this CLICKBANK affiliate makes $91,307 per month, he jumps to grabbing the YouTube URL and then going into Ahrefs and looking at the total amount of traffic. So again, we'll look at here is the total amount of traffic, 13,500 views. That's the number of views this YouTube URL has received. Then you take that back and you get that number here, 13,500. Then he gives you 5%, saying that 5% of the people or 5% of those views have actually made a purchase, meaning 675 people have purchased at $135.27 to give you this as the quote unquote monthly amount that you would make as an affiliate, or how this CLICKBANK affiliate made $91,307. So let's continue to break this down. We'll go to Google and we'll look for the average CTR or click-through rate of CLICKBANK offers. Here you can see the average conversion rate on CLICKBANK offers is typically 1 to 5%. So he's taken the high end of the 1 to 5% to run his calculation, and you see the 5% there. But if you were actually go to CLICKBANK and their article, their post, how to make $100 a day with ClickBank, and you were to scroll down, you're going to get a more realistic number straight from ClickBank. If you find a supplement offer at scale that pays $100, it's likely converting at around 1.5%. This means that if you drive about 150 clicks to the sales page for that offer, theoretically, you should get one sale you need to hit the $100 day level. Read that again, pause this if you need to understand what this is saying, but we're going to continue this video and walk through this based on this idea and this more conservative or more realistic approach or more realistic number that we need to plug into our formula of 1.5% or just say 2%. So before we get started, let's go back to this number. Again, we're looking at the volume or the views, not number of clicks on the sales page to buy the product, but we started with the views on a YouTube video, 13,500, and then we calculated at 5%, which is the high end of the Google search we did, but ClickBank told us it's more like 1.5% to get 675 sales at the actual average conversion, $135.27, is $91,307.25. Now, I'm not going to do the math, but I'm going to show you realistically what this looks like so you can really see what's missing in this idea or this concept. So we start off with YouTube traffic. Then we have an order page or a sales page, depending on how this funnel is set up for the person that watches the video. So we have 13,000 views right here. So we have 13,000 views. That's 13,000 views on the YouTube video. Then we have the number of people that are going to click. Let's just say it's 2%. That's the number of people that watch this video on the sales page, the sales video, or reads the sales page. Now, how many people actually click on the call to action? Let's just say that's another 2%. Then that 2% goes over to the actual sales page to make a purchase. And then how many people are actually going to click this button right here? This button right here, the call to action, the buy now button, is going to be, and let's just say another 2%. So this 13K goes through this every time. So 13,000 is the people that are watching the YouTube video. Take 2% of those, land on the sales page. 2% of this 2% actually click through over to the sales page. Then another 2% of this 2% actually make a purchase and buy the product, which is why ClickBank gives you this realistic information and does a way better job of explaining it right here in this explanation. If you find a supplement offer at scale that pays $100, it's likely converting at around 1.5%. This means that if you drive 150 clicks to the sales page for that offer, theoretically, you should get one sale you need to hit that $100 a day level. This takes it back to reality of plugging in this math problem, saying that 13,500 people or 13,500 views, those aren't clicks on a sales page, and that's what's missing. These aren't clicks on a sales page. These are views on a video that are actually Alpine reviews that are showing up on Google. So if you go back to our search, again, we are competing here with sponsored, with paid ads, with people that are sponsoring their content. And then if you were to click and watch this video, not click and go to YouTube to watch the video, but just click this, then you're going to see this video. Understand and know and look, there are no links here. There are no affiliate links. You would actually have to click and go over and view this on YouTube. So you're looking at another drop off of people that are going to watch this review here inside of this YouTube tab and then click to make it over to the YouTube video by clicking here to actually go over to YouTube and then actually make it down here past the fact that this Galena Baby channel is not even anything about Alpine. It's a kids channel with kids videos. So this is really bizarre. But then they would have to click this link. So clicking this link then takes you over to another page, which would be the Alpine review, which again goes back to my messy drawing here. But the realistic expectation of 13,000 people, even if they saw it on YouTube, how many would click over to the sales page? we said 2% would click over to the sales page. Then how many people would actually click this button to go over and actually purchase or check out? We would say another 2%, because the issue is you have a drop off every time someone has to take an action. Now, again, to address this, how this ClickBank affiliate, you're saying Galena Baby is the ClickBank affiliate. This YouTube channel is spammy. Something has happened to this YouTube channel, Galena Baby, where they used to make and they grew this channel into creating these videos for kids. And now they're posting these random ClickBank offers. So who knows the conversion rates? 2% is probably being generous. Using the 1.5% that ClickBank gives in their blog post about how to make $100 a day is probably being generous. So to me, what's missing is this number. What's missing is realistic expectations, and realistic numbers are real numbers that you need to input into the formula. But the concept here, if you take away from what's missing in that, just because that is a clickbait video about ClickBank, and it's just there to hype you up and give you this potential idea of the amount of money that you could make, but it's not realistic in the numbers that are input into the real formula that shows you how you actually make money, just like they showed you over at ClickBank. Now, the strategy that you need is you need a traffic source. In this case, this video was showing you how to utilize YouTube and the fact that YouTube videos rank on Google. This is very important to know, and this is great information. So take that and understand that it is possible to review a ClickBank product, but also understand that just posting random ClickBank product reviews on YouTube is not the way to build a profitable online business. What you need is a real strategy, and a real strategy starts with traffic and then moves into offer, understanding that people are looking for real solutions to their real problems, and it's your job to address these problems and give them real solutions. And if you want to see how you can do this in a realistic way, utilizing a real strategy, click on the video you see right now. Look forward to seeing you in that video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.